heute wieder ein bisschen international unterwegs, deswegen werde ich jetzt auch gleich auf Englisch switchen. Aber die meisten von euch verstehen ja eigentlich. Ansonsten könnt ihr einfach die Subtitles unten bei YouTube anstellen. Und so now I will switch to English. We have an international guest from the Italy-based death metal band Kaivs.
Hello, you all. I'm Max from Kaivs.
Hi, and you're the vocalist, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, okay. So, thanks for telling me how the band name is pronounced. Because it's written different. It's written like sounds, or if you say it or pronounce it like it's written, it's Kaivs.
Yes.
So let's just do the first question. What is the meaning of the name?
The meaning of the name is it's a demon name.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see also the bat wings on the logo.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's a demon.
Okay, so it's connected to the demon on the cover.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think you wrote me. Yeah, actually, it's almost a year ago. You wrote me on Facebook, and we were supposed to do a magazine where we already did an interview, but as I told you, it had unfortunately never been published. But here we are. Okay. Before we talk about the band, I will talk about you as a musician a bit. What I would like to know is, what was your first song or metal record that brought you to metal?
Iron Maiden. Maiden. At the end of the 80s, there was something from Somewhere in Time, the opening track, Cut Somewhere in Time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember these keywords that really fascinated me. And then when the music starts, this is the kind of music I want to play in my life. And then I switched to thrash metal like Megadeth, Metallica. And I listen also hard rock with Kiss, Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
But heavy metal was surely the main kind of music I want to play. And in that years also there was the main success of thrash metal and the beginning of death metal with all the bands from Europe, and Tomb, Dismember, Sinister, Asphyx, and then all the American outfits, like Obituary, Morbid Angel, Deicide, and so on.
Okay. I know. If you just said Iron Maiden, did you hear that Nico O'Brien just did a statement, I think yesterday, that he will leave the band after 42 years?
Really?
Yeah. A friend just told me it's I think it's he published it yesterday or the day before, and they will they already have a new drummer, but they will I think they will do a new statement in the next few days who the new drummer will be. But I just reminded me of this. Okay. What was your last record you bought?
Last record was Reverend Play God, a thrash metal American band. I miss this record since a very long time, and I'm really interested in the second scene of thrash metal. The American bands really not very known bands, like Hellstar, Age of Steel, but they were surely purveyors for the genre before or after Metallica. You know, it was completely different because Metallica competes for a different way in the success of this kind of music. But I was also attracted by the other bands, you know, Death Angel, Exodus, that were absolutely important to me. Okay. Maybe there is a third and a fourth wave of American thrash metal, but all these bands are really interesting and competitive, surely.
Okay, great, yeah. Do you have? I don't know if it's the same in English. Well, actually, it's a German saying. It's called a guilty pleasure. So, do you have like a record which has nothing to do with metal?
Yes, I like very different styles of music than metal. I like pop, techno, especially Sting and the Police, Pink Floyd. The masters of the rock music, pop music, surely Michael Jackson, because I think that a musician must be complete, you know, with an overall view of the music. And it's really important to have it. And so it's boring to listen always to Sepultura and the same bands, but you know, it's important to keep with the metal scene after all these years, surely.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that Michael Jackson is a guilty pleasure. I would say a good guilty pleasure is like listening to Take That or Backstreet Boys or stuff like that, you know. But I mean, yeah. As you said, Michael Jackson has nothing to do with the metal scene, but in general, in music and business, he was one of the biggest of all time, you know.
Absolutely, we remember Van Halen in one of his records, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. All right, so let's get back to Kaivs. Is it right? Kaivs?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so I think you formed the band 2 years ago in 2022, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And I think just a few days ago, on the 28th of November, you just released your debut album, right?
Yes. The debut album was out in October for Brutal Records.
In October, sorry. Yeah, of course.
It's called After the Flash. And it's quite be supported from our label with reviews and interviews. And we are really satisfied with the work of our label, and surely for the years 25 and 26 we'll be busy with tours and festivals and gigs. That's also the main it's the main you know, source to be around in the scene. If you don't play on stage, you are absolutely no one. But we already know that we are no one because we are not really so known in the scene, though. So we have to play live most of we can.
Yeah, I mean, as you're not that known yet, but we will see. I mean, you just formed the band 2 years ago, and you just released your first record. But I saw you already did a EP in 23.
Yes, exactly. It was called The Horn with 3 songs: the title track, Rational Altars, and several cries that we re-recorded for After the Flash with a better sound for the album, a better mix. And so we are really satisfied with the second re-recording of these songs for the album.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we didn't talk about the style. Well, I mean, I just saw that you're playing death metal, but you're playing death metal. I would say it's very old school, and I would say it's influenced by Swedish death metal from the 90s, like the HM2 sound. You know, it's like the well-known pedal in the scene, I would say. Yeah, it's I heard the record already, and it's very, I would say, it's very, very rough.
Yes,
you know, but I think that's supposed to be like how the sound is supposed to sound, you know. So when did you start with the recording?
We started with the recording in May of the last year, and we recorded in a couple of days. totally live, drums, bass, and guitars. There are no guitar solos. And then we added the effects and the vocals, and we did the final mix. And we are really satisfied with the raw sound. So many reviews stress the fact that the buzzsaw sounds for the guitar is really exaggerated, really pushed up to the bass, so really nasty, and maybe also exaggerated than the first releases from Dismember, Entombed, and Grave. So it was the exact results we were looking for. To be old school and Swedish and Stockholm death metal, you have to be absolutely raw in the guitar sound, or you are really joking making this kind of death metal. Surely you cannot joke.
Yeah, I also would say, it sounds like like you just said, like bands like Grave and Dismember and Entombed, and it's the guitar sound is like typically for this genre and for this pedal, and it's very raw. But I think also it has like kind of pressure, you know. It's well produced. So it's I think it's old school sound, but it's produced with a like the technique from today.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We cannot record on tape like they did at Sunlight. So now it's completely different. You have more pedals, guitars, amplifiers, so cabinets and simulators for the sound. But we really maintain the sound fresh. So we have a 6-string guitar, an HM2, some pedals, and then you go. And that's the final result. So you have to manage the guitar, so the tone, the tuning, to have the right sound, the final sound, and that you cannot really change. I know. I mean, it was 1991. It was something that was completely primitive, and early they invented this kind of sound. Surely, based with the influence of first Autopsy, and so now in 2024. 2025, it's completely different to reach the sounds that are more, I have no fear to say they are more plastic, but we really recorded with two cabinets together with two different sound. Then we can mix, the line to have different waves, and then you have to switch for the right results of the guitar. So it's not completely easy to have the sound of guitar. If you play thrash or death metal without all these gimmicks, it's maybe easier. But the really Stockholm death metal sound guitars, if you look in the YouTube, there are many videos that say you how play this, play this kind of music in that way, play this other way. So it's not easy, believe me. We spent 3 or 4 months only for the final results of the guitar. 3 or 5 months. Incredible.
Yeah. But I think that what you just said is that it doesn't sound, for me at least, not plastic. It sounds on a very, like, I would say, a fresh production, but it has its charm from the 90s.
Yes.
It's like if you would like to if we have to compare it, like it's like if I heard one of the first Grave or Entombed record, but produced today.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I understand. Yes.
So and that's what I really like about not only in death metal, but in like an old school death metal or thrash metal, that there are many bands that play this old school style.
Yeah.
But with the possibilities what you have today. What you just said, to do the fine tuning. Like that you in the 90s you just had your pedal, your guitar, and you have to record it, and then you have to go with it.
Yes, absolutely.
But today you can even the like this bass sound, even you can how would you say, like tune it so to the final step or to the final level where you want to have it.
Yes, absolutely. It's I mean, it's if Entombed re-record Left Hand Path or Clandestine with the sounds of today. Maybe it's what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but you will lose the magic of the 90s if you re-record a masterpiece made 35 years ago. Yeah. When you do something, it's proper to the age you do this thing. Okay. So if you re-record now, maybe it's easy with the techniques of today. So
yeah, I get you. I know what you mean.
No, okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you just told us that you are into thrash metal and into death metal, but what was like your intention to found a death metal band, especially with the sound of the 90s and the Swedish death metal?
Yes, absolutely. The intention was to play raw, intense, classic, old school death metal with the sound of the early Stockholm Swedish death metal bands. It's very important, the sound of the guitar. So there is a really difference between the scene, of Stockholm and the scene of Tampa. Completely different. The only thing that addicts one to the other is the fact that there is the lack of melody. Maybe something in the solos, in Morbid Angel, but there is no melody at all. So the melody from Sweden, come from Amon Amarth or Dark Tranquility. So the scene from Gothenburg that was different was maybe more addicted to classic heavy metal stuff like Iron Maiden meeting black metal and death metal, Gates of Ishtar, Dissection. So you know what I mean. But the history in death metal is made from these two scenes, Stockholm and Tampa. Stop.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
There is also an important scene in Germany. Flashcrow is a very historic band from the 19th. You cannot joke with Flashcrow. Flashcrow is also a very historic band. And we cannot say the contrary, absolutely. So there are also bands, adults from Spain, but they play brutal death metal. They are more closer to the United States style than the European style. Also, the Dutch bands like early Sinister, Aspix, Pestilence, Gorefest, and they were absolutely important for this kind of scene. Every band has its sound. Every band was important for the thing they made. So there was an history between the European death metal and the American death metal.
Okay, so if your band, if somebody compares your band to like Entombed, Grave, Dismember, so it's totally fine with you.
Yes, it's right, because the sound of the guitar is completely the same.
Okay,
we cannot hide about this reality. It's completely the same fact. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes bands are well, of course you have your own style,
yes,
and your own sound, but as you said, overall it's very influenced by the Swedish by the Swedish scene and Swedish death metal.
Yes, the main thing is Kaivs invented nothing, and Entombed and Dismember invented a genre. This is the big difference. So we are followers, absolutely followers of the kind of music.
Okay. So yeah, and I don't know how it is in Italy, but you just released your first record, and you already got a record deal with Brutal Records.
Brutal Records, yes.
Yeah, how did that happen? Because in Germany it's very difficult, especially for a band if you just has formed a few years ago, to get a record deal or a label in general. So yeah, how did that happen that you just got a label for your very own full-length record?
It's so really difficult in Germany. Strange. Germany rules for heavy metal.
Yeah, I mean, we have many labels, but we also have a lot of tons of bands. So and of course, a lot of bands are very good. but it's not that easy to get a label. So that's why I was asking, because you just released your record and you already have a label.
Okay, I now understand.
Yeah. Okay. And you just told them that the label is doing a lot of work and support for you.
Yes, surely. They pressed the After the Flash album in a Digibox CD version.
Okay.
And it's selling very good. And we are also looking for the merchandise, so long sleeves and short sleeves for the album. Then we have stickers, we have pins, we have sort of merchandise, and we are ready with all this stuff. I mean, for the gigs, for the tour.
Okay, so yeah, that will be my next question. You're going on a tour, but where can the people see you? Is there anything planned yet? And the next question was, when the people are not able to come to your show, where can they get your merchandise and CDs? Do you have kind of an online shop or something like that, or is it not planned?
Yes, we can. The people can purchase our merchandise from kaivs.bitcutter.com. That is our online store. So all is available here. And for the tour, there is a tentative for 25 or 26. So we have to do by our own, keeping in touch with different agencies for, mini tours or single shows, summer festivals.
Yeah,
we have a Greek promoter called Kostas Salmidis that is looking for us the dates. And maybe from 25 or 26 before the new album, we have a tour surely in Europe. I don't know if there will be something in North America with the support of our label. Mm-hmm. And we have a tour in maybe Germany, Poland, Serbia. So there will be 10 or 12 dates for this tour. But we are planning this, and there is nothing sure. And when there will be the dates, you will follow the statements on socials. But now it's not really easy to have an headliner tour, because first of all, we are a new band, and so we need other bands to support us to open for our shows. But now it's completely different, when you are a big name, or if I compare with the band we began, Carcass, they have ERH or great labels like Uncloud Blast that plan the tours for the bands. Now it's completely different.
Yeah, of course.
The label is only for the press of the album and maybe the merchandise. But now the bands have to look for their own, for agencies for the shows. Now it's different. 35 years ago, the labels, were worried to press your merchandise, your records, to have the statement and to keep you for the tours. Now it's completely different. Now you don't sell albums like in the past.
Yeah.
Now it's more liquid music than physical, and it's completely different also between the young metallers. The mentality is changed, and now the labels are aligned to this liquid situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's when all the stuff with Spotify and so on started. I mean, it's good for very young bands who don't have a label. They can, just present their music on the platform, which is actually good. But yeah, as you said, on the other hand, I think there are not much people who are buying CDs or vinyl or whatever.
Exactly.
Especially if you if you collect CDs, and then it's a bit different. But it's not that easy to sell your CDs than it was like 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. So I think that's one of the reasons why you have to look for your own shows and organize it by yourself, because the labels are not earning that much money anymore.
Yes, Yes.
But how did you get in touch with your label? Because Brutal Records, I think they are based in the US, and your band are based in Italy. How did you get in touch with them?
We send the album via email to many labels, and they answered us that they were interested for a record deal just for one album, and we thought for a while if it was the right choice, and then we looked around with other label, and we chose them for the release of After the Flash. So it was really not so problematic,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me. Yes. Okay. So you're planning to go on tour, but there are not any dates for now within the next, I don't know, few weeks or few months. So you're just planning for the next year, right?
Yes, maybe there will be a festival in Portugal in July. This is maybe the only surely next gig or something here in Italy, and then we'll see if with the increasing of the reviews that if someone will call us for a tour or for other gigs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So well, I mean, your band formed just 2 years ago, so maybe the next question is not maybe not that easy, but if you look back from when you started the band until now, what was your highlight? Maybe with the band, or maybe just as a musician.
The aim was to write interesting songs, raw death metal, without techniques or strange things, so many gimmicks, and to look up for a label. And we reached all these results. But now the next step must be, I repeat, to play live. Absolutely, this is the main thing, to play live everywhere is possible, because it's for me it's the main source for a band to be alive.
Yeah. Okay. So
the online stuff, the online reviews, the interviews is really important, but who you are if you don't play on stage.
Absolutely.
Like the other. You know that now the market is saturated with so many bands, so many records. So who are you to tell me that After the Flash is best than another record? So we don't want to appear to be the best. We want only our space. It's completely different. We are really the first thing is we are death metallers who play death metal. This is the main thing. There is no rivalry with anyone, so there is no competition. We want only to play and to leave the space also to other bands. There are many bands really interesting around the world, believe me.
Yeah, of course. Is there any points on like on your? Do you have kind of a bucket list for your bands, or what that you would say? Okay, or let's say you have three wishes free. Is there anything you would like to say? Okay, I would like to play on maybe Wacken or Partisan or stuff, or is there anything that you say? Okay, that would be the absolutely biggest thing for my band.
I don't hide myself. It will be absolutely cool to play the festival you mentioned, but it's really difficult to reach these situations because there are great audience that really expect big things.
Yeah. But if you say, okay, I want to play I don't know, at Partisan, and I would say do this, and you play on Partisan. So there are no. Just what's your wish? That's what the question.
To have a gig with Slayer.
Okay, yeah, maybe they will come back one day. I think they already announced some dates in America for next year.
Yes, but without Kaivs.
Okay, probably yes. Yeah, but you never know. You never know.
Maybe.
Okay, so
I say it's Slayer because Slayer for me is the top. Absolutely. Slayer, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, number one for me in the metal scene. Absolutely, it's one of the main influence to me. Slayer, absolutely. Raining Blood, Steel Rules, also Divine Intervention, Seasons in the Abyss. So it's cool. It's cool for thrash metal. It's cool for death metal. It's cool for a lifetime.
Yeah. I think there's nobody in the metal scene who would say. Well, sometimes I say Slayer are like overrated, but I don't think so. I mean, you don't have to play like like stuff like Dream Theater or stuff like this to do great music. You just have to transport the energy.
Yeah.
So so there I have to no complicated riffs or stuff or it just has to be catch you and then it's there's no overrating or underrating. So as long as the people are okay and in love with the music, everything is fine.
Dream Theater is a great band, but for me, for the first three albums, especially for Awake, for Images and Words, now they are completely repetitive, technique, 8-string guitar, completely different. They started like an heavy metal band called Majesty, and now they are completely something, a sort of modern metal that sometimes play the old classics. So,
yeah, I mean, they no doubt doubt that they are great musicians and they play a great album. But for me, it's I'm not that into progressive stuff. For me, it's I'm fine with like short tracks. Just get to the point, and I don't need like 15 minutes guitar solos and stuff like this. Yeah. But that's that's just up to everybody. So
if you lose the heavy metal vibe, you will play boring stuff, long stuff. So the early albums was more related to heavy metal. So remember also Queensryche with Empire or this kind of stuff. So completely different. Now it's a modern music in 2025 that calls you with a different style. So the label told them to change their style. Just think for a while to Metallica. So Metallica is not the band of the first 5 albums, completely different. Yeah. But they are stubborn to play Master of Puppets and Justice for All, Enter Sandman. So
but that's what the people I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to hear like this, shit from the end 90s.
Yeah, but it's their work. They are musicians, so they have to write and publish new albums and play live, the classics. This is the procedure. Simple.
Yeah. All right. So, I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
I hope we see you soon. Maybe next year in Germany. Maybe we can arrange something, but let's see.
Yeah.
And how would you describe your band to an alien in one sentence?
But so.
Okay, that was a short one, but yeah, on the point. All right.
Bro.
Yeah.
One word, bro.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So yeah, thanks for your time again. Sorry again that it took so long.
Don't worry. Now we did it. It's an important thing.
We did it. Yes.
I hope to meet you in Germany one day. It will be cool.
I hope to. I wish you the best of and very success with your album. It's very great. It's I think everybody in death metal, especially the old schooler, will love it anyways.
Thanks to you and good things for your transmission, Totum Tafel. Dankeschön.
Yeah, thanks. Tradition in our podcast is that our guests have let's call it in English the last word.
Yeah.
So I have to thank you again. Wish you all the best and see you soon. And you have the last word.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. See you in Germany. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks. Bye.
Tschüss.